Hi folks, Barry Lohman from Motorama Live and Team HallnNass, bringing you a treat. Not only am I inside of the pre-production 2014 Chevrolet Silverado here on the First Drive Experience, but I got my new friend Chris Perry with me. Chris is Vice President of Chevrolet Marketing, in case you don't know. Chris has volunteered to go around the off-road course here at Knibbe Ranch. And for those of you out there that not only are Motorama Live fans, but especially Team HallnNass fans, you realize that this is tough for me because we want to put on a good show for you, but at the same time, if I cheese this guy off, we will never drive another Chevrolet as long as we live, except the ones that we buy and own. So
be nice to me, but you can put it through its paces if you take it.
There we go. I got it on film. We're good now. So Chris, tell us a little bit about, not only about kind of the inspiration for the new truck and some of the new features, but also kind of tell us some of the areas of improvement of this one over last year's model, because the one it replaces is a good truck.
Oh, absolutely. This is the all-new 2014 Chevy Silverado. We like to say it's all new from hood to hitch.
Okay.
Improved inside and out across the whole platform. You know, but it starts with the new, more aggressive and assertive design. The designers took it upon themselves to come up with a truck that looks like a fist in the wind. And so you see it from the front, it's wider, it's taller, just more assertive. And then of course under the hood we have our new, we have 3 engines, a 4.3 liter V6, a 5.3 liter V8, and the big 6.2 liter V8. So the great heritage of the small block engines come from General Motors, but we added what we call Ecotech 3 technology, which includes active fuel management, which is deactivating the cylinders. You can see on the instrument panel how you go from V8 to V4.
Right.
Saves a lot of gas. It also includes variable valve timing and fuel injection. So those 3 technologies allowed this V8, the proven technology and the proven durability, to deliver the most fuel efficient numbers of any V8 ever put in a full-size truck, with class-leading towing.
Now that's interesting because, you know, I mean, there's been a lot of noise over the last couple of years about the Ford EcoBoost V6 and the F-150.
Yep.
So this is like not just a response to that, but kind of a response with the sledgehammer, so to speak.
So to speak, yeah. I mean, we took a different tack at it. You know, what Ford did is they took the V6 and they plussed it up to achieve the requirements of truck owners with turbocharging.
Right.
What we did is we started with a 5.3 liter V8 and added this technology to improve the fuel economy. So rather than going from, you know, down to up, we went from solid V8 to improve the fuel economy. So like I said, 23 miles per gallon on the highway, best of any fuel V8 ever put in a full-size truck, and better than the Ford EcoBoost.
Yeah, that's 1 mile a gallon better on the highway than the EcoBoost.
With 11,500 pounds of towing, so better towing.
Wow.
So you get best of both worlds.
That's impressive. Now we're driving the 5.3 liter V8 today. Unfortunately, the 6.2, the LT1, the Corvette motor, isn't quite available yet. But we're still, I mean, even though this is probably saleable pre-production, I'd imagine, since we're media and in this thing, at the same time, it's still pre-production truck. So we got to cut you guys a little bit of slack for not having the 6.2 ready to show off just yet.
Right.
Although, when do you think, and I know you guys can't speculate, but do you have a rough time frame for when we might be seeing the new 6.2 motor?
That'll come out in the end of the 3rd quarter, beginning of 4th quarter.
Okay.
What we're doing this year is kind of cadencing the development and the production of all the trucks throughout the summer. Okay. So we start with the crew cab with the 5.3 liter V8. That's our most popular combination. And then we'll bring in the 4.3 liter V6, then go to the double cab, then the regular cab. And at the end of that cadence, we'll also add in the 6.2 and the new High Country.
Ooh, the High Country. So tell us a little bit about the High Country.
Well, the High Country is our premium truck that sits above the LTZ model. Okay. So those people who are familiar with the Chevy lineup, LTZ for the last several years has been kind of the top of the line. We put it 1 notch above that with the new High Country. Trucks are now becoming much more of a premium buy for customers, and we wanted to have a model that, for those who want a little bit more comfort and a little bit more style, this is the model for them. So to borrow a phrase from within GM, from a somewhat familiar brand, the High Country is kind of the Cadillac of pickup trucks. It's the Cadillac of Chevrolets. It's the Cadillac of the Chevy Silverado. Yes. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yes, it's the high-end model. Nice. You know, the other improvement you probably noticed, because you've been driving the truck for a day or so now, is just how comfortable and quiet and how the improvement in the handling is.
It's amazing. It's amazing. This is the quietest, you know, half-ton. It's the quietest any tonnage rating pickup truck ever driven in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, remember the phrase Lexus quiet way back in the day when Lexus first brought their big sedan over?
Right.
It really puts you in mind of that. It's like you're driving, even when I was towing the boat going down the highway, you know, running highway speeds or maybe just tick over like most of America does. I was like, wow, you know that 5.3's out there working to pull that boat up and down the hills. It's still quiet. It's as quiet as a luxury sedan inside.
Yeah.
In a pickup truck.
Right. I had a chance to drive the horse trailer. Now we don't have a horse in it, but it's, you know, it's rattling around because it's a horse trailer.
Right.
Well, you know, you put the windows up, you don't even know you got it back there.
It's amazing. It's truly amazing. Now, how did you guys achieve, because we say, you know, it's a little bigger, a little wider truck, but yet not only is this truck more aerodynamic, but obviously not only through aero with fuel economy, but aero in how quiet the truck is. How did you guys achieve that? There's
a lot of effort put into it. And one of the things you'll notice is the way the doors are inlaid. A lot of the doors in the cabs kind of reach over the top of the cab, the opening. Our doors kind of fit kind of like in a pocket within the cab, which increases aerodynamics, but also decreases wind noise. And we have triple seals on the doors, again, to keep that wind noise down.
That's really interesting. I never thought about it. Yeah, because the doors used to kind of
the doors kind of used to wrap over the cab.
And it wrapped.
And now it kind of fits kind of like a pocket in the cab. And that had significant impact on the aerodynamics, so for fuel economy, but also on wind noise.
You know, it's interesting because, I mean, you guys have always been a technology leader in sports cars when it comes, especially the Chevrolet Corvette.
Right.
You know, did you guys finally kind of like maybe take a little page from the Corvette engineering team in the truck design when you're starting to look at, you know, aerodynamics and fuel efficiency? And
absolutely. Well, you know what's fascinating is the lead designer, Tom Peters, on the Corvette is also the lead designer on this Silverado.
You're kidding.
So the aerodynamic technology that he's learned from developing the new C7 that was been recently introduced, he applied to this. So there's some elements of this truck that look like design elements, which they certainly are, but they're also to improve that aerodynamics, which in turn improves fuel economy.
Well, I noticed on the front splitter, if you will, to use a Corvette term, all of the additional bracing up underneath, as well as the shape and the flow of it. And I know the tricks of what you can do through high speed, you know, time, speed, distance racing in the Vet, the difference a splitter can make on aero on the front of the car, not only with downforce, but also with just, you know, when you're normal driving like most people do, you know, it makes a little more aerodynamic for fuel economy as well.
That's the perfect example of how the knowledge of the Corvette was applied to the Silverados in that front splitter. You picked it up, you're pretty astute at that.
Well, you know, enthusiast But, well, you know, if you just had a couple quick sentences to really share with the folks out there why they should take the time to go and test drive a new 2014 Silverado, what would that be?
You know, like I said, it is completely redesigned from hood to hitch. Better design inside and out. You're sitting in the cab now, you see the gorgeous interior of this car, how functional utilitarian it is, all the storage that it has, and the comfort in the ride. But of course, probably the biggest thing is the advancement we made in our engine, in our powertrains. Is with that, still that powerful V8 that delivers the towing and torque that you want, but the fuel economy that now is the class leader.
That's amazing. Well, Chris, you know, just as a first impression, I mean, it'd be interesting to do a full review down the line and get a chance to really kind of do our thing out in the real world. But I gotta tell you something, first impression, home run, buddy.
Hey, thank you.
Home run. I think Chevrolet has really just hit it out of the park with this one. And I wish you the best of luck with it. As a person that's owned a lot of Chevrolet trucks in my life, I gotta tell you something, if I was gonna buy a new pickup, I've fallen in love with the Ford lately. And I know it's a tough thing for a Chevy guy. I really have fallen in love with the new Fords. This puts you back in the ball game. My opinion, but this has put you back in the ball game.
I agree. I mean, it's a competitive segment out there. There's a lot of good trucks, but I think we've set the new standard in the segment.
Excellent. So there you go, folks. Straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. I mean, right from Chris Perry's lips to your ears, and with a little bit of Team HallNass and Motorama Live input. You know, after driving this truck all day, you You know, we did on-road in the wet, in the rain, through a thunderstorm. We had a chance to really check out the traction control on wet pavement, on dry pavement. We've had a chance to take it off-road, some legitimate off-roading here, some backcountry running. We had a chance to tow with it and pull a boat. We really got a chance to put this thing through the paces, which kudos again, because I've been on a lot of media drives. This one is stellar. This one was probably the best one for a one-day shot to really showcase everything that you would do as a truck owner with a truck for the most part, about better 90% of it. Yeah. And I gotta tell you, I'm really impressed with this, but I can't wait to drive the 6.2, but I'm gonna go ahead and say this about the 5.3. If you're driving a new 2014 Chevrolet Silverado, even with the 5.3 in it, and you get past, then you're not hauling Nass.